Hey, we're back. Three Devils podcast, 3 wins in a row. It's been a minute since we've gotten together, boys, but let's just give a round of applause to the Man United. In all seriousness, how good does it feel? Honestly, there's a little bit of pride. I see people wearing Man United shirts in the gym. Saw a guy wearing a beanie today. I was like, where the hell were you when it was bad?
Bandwagon fans, bro.
Bro,
Hey,
I mean,
they see the light and they're like, I can come out a little bit.
Where were they when we were just depressed the past year or two, where every weekend was horrible? Where were they? Are they coming out of under the
bro, I
rock?
don't know. Again, I saw several people. I saw one person wearing a Man United shirt. I was like, I want to go up to him and give him knuckles. I'm like, I've seen you in here before. No, in all seriousness, it's dude. I don't know. There's just an aura about Man United right now where it feels good to put the shirt on. It feels good to wear stuff around the house. But in all seriousness, it's been two professional performances in the past 2 weeks, and it hasn't been against easy teams. But I don't know. I said it to you guys earlier, maybe like a couple weeks ago, where we could seriously go on a run after we lost, I think, to Brentford. We could seriously go on a run of games here. And getting back after international break, we knew it was going to be tough against Liverpool. Beat them. And then we go back into Brentford. We beat them. So, I mean, not Brighton, but no, it's good days right now. But I don't want anyone to get ahead of themselves. There's still a lot of games to play for. But I don't. Obviously, you could have won other games, but it's a pretty good start. I'll take it. Four wins in five 4 wins in 5 games. I'll take that.
Yeah, 100%. I think the great thing about this weekend is the fact that some of our biggest competitors didn't do as well as I thought they would. City losing is a big thing, and Liverpool again.
Um,
You know, I know we prey on their downfalls, but it helps a lot to see them. No offense to Liverpool and City fans, but like it's nice to see them on the decline. Like it's our time. I feel like it feels like that, right? I'm sure there's some people who are not going to be happy about that comment, but like, we're a United fan and we went through all that hardship in the past months and year or two or maybe more, and now we finally feel like
It's okay, Rob.
it feels like we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, pretty excited.
No, I think we're let's just enjoy it while it's here, right? I mean, it's been a while since we've been able to just enjoy this feeling, right? So let's enjoy it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves at the same time because at the same time, we got a job to do against Nottingham Forest, who are definitely not a hard team, but also, or not an easy team, but definitely a team that we should be getting 3 points from. So let's just keep the momentum going and let's make Old Trafford great again. I mean, 2 wins at we played Sunderland home, we played Brighton home. Let's just make that place a fortress. Let's keep it going. And I think if we can really just this could be the foundation of something really good right now.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about you guys, but between you and I think winning this weekend's game was much, much more important than against Liverpool. I was much more nervous when we played against this game rather than last week's game.
it's always a different vibe, though. You know what I mean? Like for Liverpool, you're excited because
Yeah, but I
it's a
knew
big
we were
game.
gonna.
You know?
You get that feeling that United, no matter what, with a bigger team, we're gonna perform
Hmm.
well. Like I knew, even if we lose, it's not gonna be crazy loss. But
Hmm.
playing against like this mid tables or like the teams that we usually should be able to kill, when we play against those teams, that's when I get nervous because like those are the teams that we tend to drop points on. So
Hmm.
honestly, that was just. I mean, we'll talk more details about it, but like that was a complete performance by the team in general.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is a team we lost to twice last year. You know, we lost them. I think it was the second game of the season with Ten Hag, and then we lost them at Old Trafford. I don't know if you guys remember Onana's howler of a save, but I mean, I think that's a good transition. Let's talk about the guy in between the sticks, man. Honestly, he's been playing well. He's had against Liverpool, great game. Even against Brighton, some of the saves, some of the just inside the 6 yard box on set pieces, and just just basic saves. And we've spoken about this, but I don't know. He's really just it just looks like he's been there for a minute. He's been part of the club for a minute. He's only 23, but I don't know. It's refreshing, you know.
Mhm.
There's a lemons. It just feels like
Lemons.
it feels safe. Zena lemon.
They said lemons. I thought they said oranges.
Yeah, I was like, or
But no, I mean there's like a safety. It just feels safe. I mean, there was one shot in like very early on against Brighton where I think it was Welbeck that shot it, and I just thought it was like a weak shot, but he just caught it, and it's just like, dude, I feel like Onana or Bayindir would have just turned that into a disaster for us. So it's just a guy that's just doing his job. He's not putting himself in positions to be the talking point or the spotlight. If it's going long, if he's got pressure, he's just going long, you know. So he's just, and that's just gonna grow. He's just gonna grow in confidence, really. I mean, a clean sheet against Sunderland, right? Liverpool came up with a couple big moments, but really just did his job, you know. Same again with Brighton. And yeah, he's just gonna keep. I mean, 3 wins in 3 games for him. That's amazing. That's probably the first player in a long time that's made a debut and just won 3 on the bounce. Uh, no, he's done a good job. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because I think also he probably knows he's by no means a finished product, and he's just going to want to keep winning and showing his value and getting better. 23 years old, this guy's the limit for this guy. So no, yeah, and then just from what I've read about him, seems like a very dedicated professional, and yeah, I mean, who knows, maybe a future Belgian international. I'm sure that's what he's trying to get to. So yeah, no, really, really shutting down a lot of noise that was surrounded by his name when he was first walked through the doors.
And not an easy situation to walk into where there's 2 goalkeepers that just have been struggling. You know what I mean? Old Trafford has been a graveyard for new signings. So he's stepped into the position well, and honestly, I don't know. It's nice looking at our lineup saying, all right, because I feel like when you looked at Onana or Binder, you're like, there's a mistake in him.
Yep.
well,
Right,
actually, I don't want to say that. I think Onana, from what I heard, is that he is a whole different vibe than Onana. Like he's like an opposite of Onana. Onana might be like, let's be honest, he's not the worst goalkeeper in the world. United just didn't work out for him, for Onana.
Yeah.
From what I heard is like Lemon is much closer to like a Van der Sand, like very like professional, very straightforward. Apparently, like they asked him what he was gonna do after the Liverpool game, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just having a meal with a friend who's home from Belgium. Like that's my night." Like he's very like at that age now. Like you would see like a players at that age they would want to go out and like celebrate, which as they should. But he sounds like he's very much like has a vision and is sticking to it. And you played with goalkeepers. They're characters. They're a different kind of breed, right? So he seems like one of those guys who will be just very reliable and will always show up and perform all the time, which I'm hoping it continues to be. But at his age, it looks like he's already showing that those aspects of his professionalism. So really excited for him, 100%. But don't take anything away from Onana. I know he was horrible for us, but he's doing great right now. I've been watching some of his highlights from on his new club, and he seems like
No, I
he's
mean,
thriving.
it comes back to the weight of the badge, you know? Like
Yeah.
some people can handle it, and I
Yeah.
don't know, it's just working out for Lens. Speaking of weight of the badge and Brian and Bomo, I mean, 2 goals on the bounce. Liverpool, obviously, the first 63 seconds. And then this past weekend against Brighton, it just looks like, I don't know, it's one of those signings where we paid, what, 70 million for him? It's like, man, I would have paid 90 million for him.
Yeah.
You know?
You and I were chatting about this, I think, when we signed him. Sorry to cut you off. But we were trying to tally up the goals we will give between and
Yeah.
Bom.
I think it was like 19 or 20, right?
Yeah, we were trying to, and I remember earlier of the season, I started thinking, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get that much goal from him because it's tough. Maybe it's gonna take him a little longer to get goal. Maybe next season we'll get, but right now he's already showing me personally. I'm like, wow, like he might actually give us the goals that we were looking for.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Cunha might again. Cunha might be like a slow start for him too. But I think if they keep performing like this, and keep combining with the players we have, like most important players we have, like the captain. So like I think we're gonna do pretty well. I really do think they're gonna hit those strikes and those goals. I really do think Bruno unbelievable this weekend. But let's keep talking about Mbomo.
I think you can already start to see relationships though, and I mean that goal he scored against Liverpool. I mean, he couldn't have asked for like this so early on in his like United career. That, and again, that's just going to give him confidence, you know. But you can already start to see relationships growing in the team, and it goes back. I mean, kudos to Amarin. I think we're talking about all these players, but it's not about the system. It's not about the system. I mean, and he's been harping on these relationships and the players, and you look at like Ahmad, everyone. I mean, he's playing well with Mbomo in front of him. Like they're starting to grow a relationship. They're starting to know what they like. Who moves where. You can already see these small relationships, and I think we've been crying for him to just start the same consistent lineup. And I think probably for the next 10 to 15 games, we'll probably see 80, maybe 70% of those players starting every game. I mean, yeah, but I know we're kind of all over the place. But Mbomo, great start, and like you said, Paul, I would have paid 90 million for the guy. If you can get 20 goals for him, I'd pay 100 million for him. He's doing
Yeah.
better than he's doing better than some guys that have been some clubs who've spent a lot of money on some players.
Look at Jaden Sancho. I think his first year he scored less than 5 goals.
Oh my God! Did you see what happened to him this weekend?
No, I
He
didn't
got
see.
subbed in. He got subbed in because of
My
player
gosh,
was
no,
in,
I did see this.
and then he got subbed out. Like that was the first time I've ever seen that happen to a professional player. And you can tell he felt
It's
ashamed.
very rare. I've seen it, but it's very rare. But
I felt bad for him, but at the same time, I was like, dude, you put yourself in this situation by not doing what you're supposed to. Like, you
What
just,
happened though?
a player got injured and Sancho got subbed in and played like maybe like, I don't know, 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then he got subbed out again. So he came in at a sub and he got subbed out. That's like disrespectful. He got that level.
Was he injured or no?
No, he
no,
was pissed off that he was getting subbed because he was just like,
Really?
yeah, he was like, this is my chance. And honestly, he was moving okay. Like I don't think he was doing any bad, but I think there's still some kind of attitude or whatever he has. I think who's the manager there? Una Emery, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna play with that. He's like, no. You see how he was. He got away with when he was at United, but now he's with
yeah,
something like that. I don't think.
no,
But
exactly.
anyway, I felt bad for him. But yeah, that's another example where we spent a lot of money, expected something, we got nothing.
And that's like where it's nice seeing like our recruitment is paying off. When we talk about Lemons, we're talking about Mbomo now. We'll get to Cunha. Even Sesko, I thought, I know he didn't touch the ball. I think he didn't touch the ball for the first 30 minutes,
Yeah,
something like that.
they were ripping on him.
But
So
as soon as they said that, it's like he almost heard that. But anyways, like, I don't know, it's nice to see like our recruitment paying off. And again, like 3 games, but 3 games in a row. I mean, when was the last time we've done that? And like, I don't know, like you just said, James, like players are forming relationships. I love that partnership, Diallo and Bomo on the right side. But it also just feels like there's like a culture change. You know what I mean? And you guys know just as well as me, like if you don't have a good culture, and I feel like this is where managers like Ten Hag struggled. Solskjaer tried his best trying to bring in the right players in the club. You got to bring in literally the right player, like Manchester United players that are gonna have those winning habits. They're gonna change the culture in the locker room. And I don't know. I just again, I'm going back to recruitment, but the recruitment, it just seems like the culture has shifted in a way, and certain pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. And I don't know. It looks like a team.
And just falling in the right places. This all started with Jim Ratcliffe saying, "What's his face? Amarin's getting. He needs 3 years."
Yeah.
And then for the next weekend, we had the following weekend leading up, we beat Liverpool. Then we beat Brighton. So no, the stars are starting to align again. We can't get ahead of ourselves, but I mean,
I don't want to jinx it. Every time I say these things, I want to be very cautious of it because there were several times, especially this summer, where I saw our team and I said, "Wow, like this is a team. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have a great start. We're gonna do this and that, and then we know what happened at the beginning of the season. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, like what you said, James. But at the same time, you also see this great signs that what's coming in the future, and really, really, really great opportunity we have. Yeah, but very exciting.
Well, let's talk a little bit on Cunha. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to get together right after the Liverpool game, but touch a little bit on Cunha and Liverpool, and then we'll move to the Brighton game. James, what are your thoughts on just his overall performance the past? Let's talk about Liverpool first, but I love this performance, man. I don't know what you thought, bro.
I mean, dude, I think you remember when Roy Keane was like, "There's just too many bluffers on the field." Like,
Mm-hmm.
not a bluffer, guy that just wants to get out, get on the ball, make things happen. I mean, Anfield would make any player crumble, and you wouldn't you wouldn't think less of them because it's Anfield, But the guy just got on the ball, got kicked, got fouled, lost the ball, but every time got on the ball, made things happen, drew 2, 3 players near to him. And yeah, it was like also just the work off the ball. Like he creates so much chaos. You can just tell he's just got this like hunger in him to like want to actually help the team, and it's so refreshing. And for any new players or young players or any players who are on their last like juice in a game and they're seeing this guy just running, they got to be thinking, I got to run. You know what I mean? So it's contagious. The energy is contagious, and he's just dude, we love him, right? I mean, he's just
Yeah.
done a fantastic job. And I mean, like a lot of people were saying like, oh yeah, it's a slow start but you could see the pieces leading up to that game. Like, I mean, dude, the guy is hungry to just impress and score goals and be involved and get assists and tackle and run. So, yeah, I mean, I think the floodgates are just going to open for him at this point. He got his first goal this past weekend. Great goal.
And he had a similar chance, right, Barrett, against Fulham, where, I mean, I don't know. I feel like when he gets in and around the 18-yard box, he scored several goals last season outside the 18-yard box. One being against Liverpool last year, but I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm excited. Even just, again, like he's just oozing aura just from himself.
yeah. I think
I don't know. That number 10 jersey looks great on him.
uh,
You know.
every time he gets the ball, I think we feel the same thing when Ahmed gets the ball, right? We're like, oh shit, something's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
especially once he's
Yeah.
driving, like you're like, wow, like something's gonna happen. Last season, this season, that's how we felt. Now watching Cunha, like honestly, winning anytime he wins the ball at the edge of the midfield and starts driving forward, dude, I know something was about is so it feels good to have another player who's just as exciting as he is. And honestly, the way I can describe this guy is he is a game changer. Like he is a guy you want to have on your team.
Mhm.
You don't know, he might not be doing too well 45, 50 minutes of the game, but on the 60th minute, he will do something crazy to make things.
Yeah.
We needed players like that, and he loves the badge. You can tell he loves the badge. I mean, when he scored and the way he celebrated with the
Yeah.
fans and the way he reacted to it, you can tell it means so much to him. And he does say that's his favorite team. They all say that, obviously. I really do think that's his favorite team because the way he reacts to the fans and the way he celebrates it tells me everything I need to know about him. I do need must say like I'm trying to make a light out of it. I do need to think that I do want him to have fun. Like I want to see him smile. Like this weekend when I was watching, I was like, dude, you gotta smile. Like he looks just so serious and angry all the time.
No, in the post match interview, he
Post
was
match, he looks
super
happy. Yeah,
happy.
yeah, yeah. But like during the game, he just looks like he's like somebody told him somebody died in his family. He just looks very, very upset. So I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, smile. Like you're Brazilian. Like that, you have fun with it. Like that's
This is Brazil.
like literally, like I want to see some Ronaldinho stuff where he's smiling and while he's burning people. That's what I want to see.
No, Barry, you brought up an interesting point. Last season, we had Diallo. We had that like little spark where every time he got the ball, you just knew he'd cause havoc. James, what do you think? I mean, we have 3 or 4 of those players now.
No, I mean that's the difference between this and last season. I mean, we have different players that can shoulder, or not shoulder, but different players that can really take the game by the scruff of the neck and just say, I'm gonna make something happen today. I mean, it's probably just so much easier to defend against a team like us when you only have maybe one player. And let's be honest, like Ahmad was in and out of the squad last year with injury, but now we have Bruno, we have Ahmad, we have Seshko. He's not had the greatest games, but he's another one. Like he's just
I
gonna
think he's
grow
doing
in
his job. I
confidence.
think he's doing his job,
Well,
dude.
Yeah,
Barricade,
and then
he didn't. Sorry, go on, James.
no, just Mbomo, and even Mbomo last game, like some of the touches he was taking, I think the only thing that he's just not quite used to yet, the amount of times he's gotten fouled that he probably earned those calls at Brentford, he's not going to get those calls. Not at Manchester United. Every game's a big game. It's not to say that Brentford isn't a big club, but I mean
They
every
beat
every
us.
game there's a target on her back, and you're not going to get those calls. You're just at Man United now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but even Sesko Barricade, he didn't touch the ball for a third. I feel like it's almost like he heard the commentary booth when he's like, "Oh, he didn't touch the ball for 30 minutes," and then he had three. He was getting in the right areas. He was getting the right shots off. Like I don't know. I thought he had a good performance. Granted, he didn't get on the score sheet, but he still looked good against Brighton.
But Paul, like I think this is what I'm saying. When I was hearing them saying that, which is kind of offensive to be honest with you. Like they're like, and when he touched the ball for first time, they were like, "Oh, here is the thing. We're gonna report. He touched the ball for first time, and like it was like 30 minutes in. I was like, dude, leave him alone." But anyway, what I'm trying to say is in this position we playing, he might not score a lot of goals. He just is. He's creating so much space for us, and between him and Mbomo, like that like crucial attacking mid space. You know what I'm talking about? By him staying up and just holding on the ball and just making the defender's life harder, it's opening up space for Mbomo. Mbomo, Bruno, as opening up space for Ahmed when he's in there. Like it really is helping us on the attack. He might not score a lot of goals, but he's doing his job. And honestly, I think for me that's a win. He had an assist. He had a few goals already. So I don't know. I don't know why anybody could, criticize the guy. I mean, he's just doing everything he can. Let's be honest, it's very hard to score goals when you're playing at United.
Yeah,
As you can tell from some of our strikers who tend to move somewhere else and score a shitload of goals, right? It's hard to score because the way we play and the opponents we come, every single team we play against is gonna bring their game. That's just the way it is. We're Man United, so it's even harder for our players to have that luxury of just scoring goals whenever they want to and all that fun stuff. So really,
Yeah.
not too upset with him.
no, and Amarim does have flexibility. Obviously, we saw against Liverpool, and I think we all called this. Maybe he has to sacrifice the Sesko, but he does have flexibility when Mount is available. You play him on the left. You play Cunha as that number 9 where he could drop in deep and cause havoc. And it just confuses defenses and midfields where he's just popping into those spaces trying to get on the ball versus Sesko, more of a target man. But it's again, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I don't want to get ahead of Man United, but 3 games in a row, and this will still build confidence. You know what I mean? If it was 1 win and then 2 losses, it wouldn't be the same aura right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, I don't know. I don't know. He's got the deck of cards right now, and honestly, he holds all the cards.
Yeah. No, we also have some players coming back from injury that we haven't seen in a while. We have Heaven.
Yeah.
It's good to see him on the bench. Honestly, it'd be nice to get Shaw some like minutes on the bench just to get him like a break. Just because honestly, he's been very good this season, and we don't want to see him, get injured. And
He's
he's got to,
important.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's been an important player.
Evan played this weekend, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah. Maguire. We probably could have spent like a whole episode talking about Maguire. Just the top class professional. Kind of being the catalyst of that, this whole thing. But Maguire, I know he's probably coming back from injury pretty soon. Mount was on the bench. I know he was had like a little bit of a niggle.
interesting one was Terrell Malacia. He was on the
Yeah,
bench, which
Yeah,
was
amazing, man.
every time I see him, I'm like, are you still? I'm like, are you still? That's like, it's interesting to see him.
But did you guys see what Amarin said? He just said something along the lines of like, if you work hard and you show that you can play for Manchester United, you'll get opportunities to be part of the team. So he's obviously done something in
there's
Amarin's eyes to.
several players in that have started that have spoken that. You know what I mean? Like you look at Maguire, you look at Casemiro. Casemiro was not in was not one of his players, and now he's pivotal to our team.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw even. So it
Miss
was
him
good to see him on the.
big time.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it was good to see Molasi on the bench. But
Yes, I must say too. I mean, talk about like Maguire being professional. Going back to him, he's just an example that all academy player, honestly, any player, any young player could look up to. The way he went on about his career, I will be honest. I'll be the first one to say I was one of the people who are like, we need to let him go. He's like, especially when he started losing the locker room, I was like, he's got to go. He's no longer a captain. He's not performing well. And I was a hater. I remember, Paul, you were mentioning to me, we need to hold on to him. He's a good player, and really, I definitely apologize to the man because he's honestly have proven himself to be one of the best players we
so
have. I admit, 100% admit, I was wrong about it. To our listeners,
we're playing around with some sound effects.
some cash, and then we've used that cash to put some sounds on our podcast. So that's our biggest investment so far.
But no, again, James, like you said, like we could spend a whole podcast talking about him. Honestly, it's just it's good to see him get his flowers and have that moment. And I don't know, it shows you just put your head down, you work hard, and uh, good things will come. And
Yeah,
top
but
class professional. So
yeah. One thing I must ask you guys: the midfield. What were your thoughts midfield this weekend? Do you
Yeah,
think
I
this
mean,
is the
I
midfield we're
think
going to stay with? Do you think, because I know we have a lot of options, so that's I think our biggest problem is that we have a lot of options there. So how do you compare us to different setups we might have had in the past?
no, it seems like there's a rotation going where Ugarte it comes on at some point just to kind of relieve Casemiro's duties. Casemiro, I think, has done well, and I mean, like, dude, he's just doing a job. He's not doing anything over elaborate. He's not putting himself in positions to be the spotlight of the game, but he's putting himself in positions where he can help affect the team in a positive way.
Mhm.
And then he comes off usually around like 60th minute, and then it looks like Mainu's coming on 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, which, I mean, honestly, it's kind of encouraging because at least, I mean, I don't think Amarin doesn't strike me as a guy that gives charity minutes, you know what I mean? So Mainu must be doing something where he's like, listen, you'll get minutes to play, but you're not in that you're in the bottom of the pecking order right now. Like, selfishly, like, we do need players like Mainu that have grown up in the club and know what it's like to be part of the club, part of the city. Like, yeah, we need players like that. I just hope he understands, like, hey, you're a young man, like you're a kid. Like, you're gonna get your chance, but you're also a kid. Like, you're not a 27-year-old that needs to, get minutes for the World Cup. You have plenty of time. You're still learning your trade. I wish he would get more minutes, but I mean, it's encouraging to see that he still is playing. It's not like he's totally in the dark and he's Jaden Sancho. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, let's not forget. I mean, like, not to like compare Marcus Rashford to him. When Mourinho took over at Man United, I know how old was Rashford with Van Gaal, like 16, 17, 17. Mourinho, when he took over, he had to have been, what, 19, 20? So he's in a similar position where, I mean, granted, Rashford was getting minutes. I don't know. Again, we have to protect him at all costs, but we do need to get him minutes because he is
Yeah,
an asset to us. This
yeah,
is not a player that should be wasted away on the bench.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree, Paul. I mean, I saw the cracks already this weekend, him not getting these minutes. You can tell when he came on, he just didn't seem himself the way he was
He
playing
looked
this
rusty.
weekend. Yeah, he lost the ball a few, like it's unusual for him to lose the ball, right? Like, and he was doing that. The way he was running, he wasn't just, not that he was ever like the fastest player per se, but it seems like he was still like lagging because of the game times he's not getting. And honestly, like he needs that, to be honest with you. And but like you said, James, earlier, that he needs to see the bigger picture and understand that like he has a future at United. He has a future in England. I think he has definitely a future there too. So he needs to just look at the bigger picture and say, just take his time rather than try to do anything rush, like like what we've seen other younger players have made decisions or gone off to the manager saying, you're not playing me, I'm gonna leave or whatever, like what Sancho did pretty much. Hopefully he's smart enough and understands the way things work at United for him to be patient. But there's no way telling. I mean, Garnacho, that's the other guy. Like I watching this weekend, he scored a goal for Chelsea, great goal. I was watching the game. Honestly, as I was watching him, I was like, you know what? We're not missing much from this guy. Like we
I
really
mean,
are.
the trade off between him and Cunha, you know what I mean? It's
Miles.
like it's a different gravy, man. And
Yeah.
You know what's going to suck? I don't know if you guys have thought about this. It's going to suck when we lose Mbomo to African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
You know what?
And we're going to lose Ahmad. So, I mean, for Mainu, that might be
an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
100%. And I know
It's
as an African, I hear a lot of these pushbacks against players going back to the African Cup of Nations and missing on, their.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and be a Jamie Carragher and say it's a small tournament.
Well, what I'm saying is that it's like
piece of shit for saying that though. Like, who the fuck is he thinking it's?
I know he's fucking annoying. I think we need to see this as like an opportunity for our other players to get an opportunity to play. That's how young players can step up.
I think
things like that. I mean, I heard something down the line this weekend actually about that's Nigerian striker Osimhen, who is killing it in Champions League. He's killing it in Turkey. And one of the pushbacks I had was that they were saying how a lot of clubs didn't want to sign him because he leaves for the African Cup of Nations. I'm like, dude, if he's giving you 30 goals a season, so what? He leaves for like a month or whatever it is. I get it, like a crucial time of the leagues, but like that's why you need a second striker.
Again, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we could see Man United dip into the winter market, or the January market. But we also have several players that are on the bench that are itching for game time. Maybe that's a chance for Xerxes to be like, you know what? I want to play in the next World Cup. Like, I gotta. So yeah, don't hate on Xerxes, bro.
I'm not. He came on. He's just like he did his thing. He just
that was his man. That was his man that scored though.
100%. He's freaking terrible, man. He is the worst soccer player. Honestly.
Bro, sometimes I watch him.
I like Xerxes. I like him.
Sometimes
someone said to me, they're like, yo, Xerxes is really good, man. You guys are lucky to have him. I'm like, dude, he can't even dribble in a straight line.
Who said you guys are lucky to have him?
Coworker.
What is he on? What kind of drugs is he taking? Because I want to try that too.
I just thought, I'm like, dude, for all like the cool moments he makes, he's lost the ball 10 times for that one
the guy who scored right in front of, like, I'm like,
and then he like looks like, whose guy is that?
I'm like, is your hair on the way or something? Like you couldn't see the guy was literally right there.
Yeah. But I mean, again, when we do tackle that in the winter, when we lose a few players to AFCON, we'll see if anybody steps up and takes fills in their shoes.
I don't know. I've heard some news says Lewandowski might be in the market, so we can use Lewandowski.
You're playing career mode?
No, I actually saw he might be leaving Barcelona. So we already have good relationship with them because we gave them Rashford. So I think they can return the favor by giving us Lewandowski. I think that's a good deal.
Dude, honestly though, we get Lewandowski, we're in third place. We're behind by a couple points. Lewandowski could get us the league.
He absolutely could. He could move Van Persie thing where he comes in the season, just wins us everything, just gets out of there,
What was I gonna say? Just speaking about, because you guys bring up Barcelona, you bring up it just made me think of Champions League. I mean, also it's been crucial, not crucial, but I think it's been a player in our season. The fact that we don't have midweek games, we're just focusing on the Premier League. Granted, when FA Cup comes around, but no, I think it's players look rested. You know what I mean? Granted, I mean you're playing against a Liverpool team who lost 3 on the bounce already. Granted, Man United had a bit of a break, but it was also an international break. What am I saying? So
yeah. I think this not having more competitions has definitely have done us wonders as far as players being fit all the time. I mean, injuries, think about injuries. Like that sounds like a foreign language to us at this point, right? As far as like important people getting injured. I mean, last season, the season before, we keep losing defenders. I mean, there was a point we had to play like a midfielder playing them. There was a mess, right? So I think we definitely we're benefiting from not having these competitions. But at the same time, we got to be ready for next season, man. I think we're going to come top four. I really do think we're going to come top four, and we're going to have all those competitions back. And we need to have every player ready to go, and all these players who are not getting minutes right now, who will get the minutes, need to be ready to go. But yeah, really, really excited. Who do we have this weekend, by the way?
We have Forest this weekend. Forest, obviously, they've got Sean Dyche, who I have a feeling he will steady the ship.
Yeah.
But he's a good manager, and honestly, I think this is. I don't want to speak for Forest fans, but I do think this is going to be the best season not the best season they have, but I think they have a good manager on their hands and steady the ship. And I just think with the personnel that he has, they're going to have a good season. But they won 2-0 midweek against Porto in Europa League, but they lost to
Really?
Porto. Yeah. Yo,
Is
James,
Sean Dyche as manager?
Can't see you, bro, James.
I can see him.
You can? Oh, I can't see him. But yeah, no, I mean, they beat Porto midweek, and now they just lost to Bournemouth, though, 2-0. So it'll be a good test. I mean, it's at Forest. We lost to them last season. Again, that was another Andre Onana howler where he let the ball.
Oh, that was a rough one, man. That was a rough one. Oh my God. Honestly, yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. I think this is it, man. We win this game. That's what, 4 in a row, right? One more game, and that guy can cut his hair, and United can go on a nice run. I mean, think about the last time we went on like a run like this. I mean, it's been a while.
James, you and I were talking about this before on Man United's fixtures. After that, they play Spurs, which I think we lost to them in Europa League. There's got to be that fire in their bellies where like we're gonna prove a point. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna right that wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And we spoke about this weeks ago. We could seriously go on a run, and it looks like I don't know. It's written in the stars, but it's game by game. I think Ruben Amorim has handled the press well. I like how he kind of said to them, "Continue with your narrative.
Yeah.
Don't change."
Good for him.
I like that. I thought it was I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
seems more and more like a Man United manager every time he steps in the press conference.
Yeah. Glad to see him smile this weekend, honestly. Like the guy was miserable the past weeks since he started,
Yeah.
really. So it's good to see him smiling and in a good mood, which is a good news. That tells you everything about what you need to know about what's happening in the locker room. Means that players are happy. But yeah, man, it's really, really, really happy. I mean, this weekend, I mean, what a pleasure to watch the game too. Not that like only we won, the game itself was such an exciting game we played. We played an exciting game. Both teams, to be honest with you, but like just the game in general was good. But United, the way we play, the way we went on our business, even when they scored, like I wasn't even worried. Usually, like, oh man, like they scored, there's a chance, you know. I was like,
that game it seemed like it could have been another 2 or 3 goals. I think we were super not even unlucky. The call just went against us. There's no doubt in my mind Diallo got fouled there.
yeah, 100%.
Penalty?
Yeah,
100%.
that was a PK.
Honestly, I watched that back. He got the ball like
Yeah, he got the ball this much, man.
You know how many times we got called on for a PK when we did that, when we had a challenge like that in the box? You know, if it's going
Wan-Bissaka against Liverpool, bro. You remember that foul?
100%, bro. There was 100%. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. There was some calls.
There's one Mbomo call where Mbomo
that
just
should
got
have been red
fouled. I
card.
just
I
thought
don't
that's a
know.
foul.
That looked like it was a foul.
But again, like you said earlier, I think when you play at United, you're just gonna miss on a lot of calls. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Just gotta get used to it and just roll with it.
We just need Amorim to get that Fergie aura where he just looks at the refs and they're like, "Oh shoot, we gotta give this a foul otherwise." But
I feel like Fergie just curse at referees with his thick Scottish accent, where they don't even know what the heck he's saying, but they know he's angry because his face is getting red. It's like, all right.
nah, exactly. But Listen, guys, we got Forest this weekend. Score predictions, James?
We're away, right? We play Forest away. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be tough, but
Ooh. Yeah. 2-0.
2-0.
dude, we played against fucking Morgan. What's his name? Morgan.
Morgan Gibbs White.
Morgan Gibbs White, and he freaking wound us up so many times last year. Like, I would love
You're
nothing
right.
more than just to shut them up.
I hear you. My
Let me
score
second
prediction,
goal then.
I think it's going to be 3-1.
3-1.
Cunha brace.
I don't know who's going to score. I just have a feeling it's going to be 3.
I think Sheshko's going to score a header.
I could see them not starting him this time, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm indifferent to who they start up top.
Mount didn't play this weekend, so I think he might start, honestly.
Was he on the bench? I can't remember.
Right? That's why he didn't start.
Was he on the bench?
No,
Yeah, he was.
I don't think
He was.
Yeah, so I could maybe he starts, but I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. Every time you play a Sean Dyche team, you just know you're going to have to win first and second balls.
I could see him reverting back to what he did against Liverpool just because we'll lose the first balls and we'll just try to pick up the second balls kind of deal. Like, because as good as tall as Sheshko is, the guy Milenkovic, I think's his name, and Mario, like they're really good aerially. So
I think
like,
Sheshko and Ahmad scoring this weekend.
Dude, I would love needs a goal.
He needs a goal, yeah. Dude,
when he ran at that defender, dude.
I know we were already talking about it, but like, talk about his defensive responsibilities when doing.
Bro, freaking tracking players back.
Dude,
I'm like, I don't think I've seen Dallo track a player like that before.
Dude. Like, I was like, Ahmad, like, there was, I don't know if you remember, there was one play where he tracked back, won the ball, and unlocked it, and found Umbomo Umbomo had a fantastic touch, and about to take it on, and he got fouled. But like things like that, I was just exciting to watch, man. That connection happening, like you see it happening, you're like this is happening.
I'll let you guys get going, but starting lineup for this weekend. Do we start the same? I think they start Harry Maguire, DeLitt, Luke Shaw, just because they have that one guy. I
think so. Just to deal with
up top,
that height. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of long balls. Obviously, if Casemiro and Bruno are fit, they start. I think you start Dallo at left back again.
Was Mizraoui fit or not?
He was on the bench.
He was on the bench?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Hair transplants were done?
No, he was on the bench. He was celebrating with the team afterwards, so he seems like he was fine. I mean, Balassi might start. If he's there. I would start him over, what's his name? Dallo.
Who? Dallo hasn't looked bad. I mean, like, he just...
I know he hasn't, but
dude,
the thing is,
he had a couple clearances in the last game where I was like, what are you doing, dude?
That's what I'm saying. He does this, like, crazy, like... I'm like, dude, stop doing that. And mind you, 2 seasons ago, he was our most consistent player. He might have been our best player at one point. And now, he's just, like, going rogue, you know what I mean? It's like, what the heck?
It's because he's wearing that number 2 jersey, man. He shouldn't have switched numbers.
Getting in his head.
I think you start Ahmad, obviously, and Bomo, just because they've been cooking. And then I think it's just kind of up to Amram what he thinks is best. I'd like to see Cunha and Cesc go again, but we'll see.
Yeah. I think it will be the same lineup except for Maguire if he's available, and then, like you said earlier, I think Šeško will probably will sit out and Mount will start if he's available. But if he's not, I think Šeško will start.
So you think DeLicht, Maguire, Shaw?
Mm-hmm.
That's a freaking beefy backline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tight, nice and tight.
Yeah. Boy. Guys, if you guys don't have anything else, I'll start by wrapping it up. Thank you to our listeners out there, especially Tom Rocco, who keeps giving us shout-outs. Appreciate that. Love the support. Big game this weekend, so we'll get a podcast out hopefully either Sunday night or Monday. But again, thanks to our listeners. But yeah, that's all for me. Guys, stay well.
Thank you to our sponsors, TM Back.
DHS is sponsors right there on Paul's shirt. Yeah, shout out to our sponsors. All right, boys. Good night.
All right, boys. Good night.
Peace.